Delhi saw its cases drop from over 13,000 to 12,306 in a day. Now, Delhi's positivity rate also went down from 23.86% to 21.48%. Similarly, Mumbai's cases also marginally came down from over 6,000 on Wednesday to 5,708 cases in the last 24 hours. However, the situation remains a concern for the southern states of the country, especially in Karnataka and Kerala. Both the states have recorded an all-time high COVID numbers. Karnataka's cases have spiked as it reported over 47,000 cases, out of which 30,000 alone are from Bengaluru. In fact, in Kerala, that state also saw a huge jump in the cases as it logged over 46,000 cases in the last 24 hours. And earlier, Kerala had reported over 34,000 cases. The Kerala government has now imposed a lockdown like curbs in the state on Sundays of January 23rd and 30th. Now let's continue talking about the COVID numbers as far as the entire state is concerned and also the country. We'll get you the news from Karnataka, where the Karnataka government is set to hold a meeting today to decide on the future of the existing COVID curbs in the state. Karnataka is now seeing cases at an all-time high. The latest new cases count now stand above 40,000. And as of now, Karnataka has night curfew and weekend curfew till the January end. Karnataka's Revenue Minister, R. Ashok, has now said that both people's lives and livelihoods will be taken into consideration before coming at any decision. He's also explained that the livelihood of poor and daily wage workers will be kept in mind. Now, the State Revenue Minister has also said that expert opinions and views of different political parties will also be considered. And as per the experts, cases in Karnataka are set to peak by the month of February in the first week. My colleague Revati now joins me on the broadcast. Revati, very good morning. Now, we are talking about fresh curbs, but the state government is ensuring that the livelihoods and also the lives of poor people especially is not really thoroughly affected by the curbs that possibly will be imposed in the state. What more can you tell us about these existing curbs that are there and what could possibly be put forth in the future?
Well, right now there is weekend curfew as well as night curfew in the state. And now several restaurant organizations, hotels have come forward and said that while the night curfew is okay, weekend curfew really is affecting their business. Now, considering that the infections are mild during this wave for the majority, hospitalization is less. So there should be some sort of an arrangement, some sort of a guideline where the hotels are also not completely affected, because this is the third wave of the pandemic, and for the last 2 years, they have been struggling with their revenue as well, and many hotels shutting down as well. Now, the government is looking at possibly easing curbs. They are pointing to a couple of factors. One, even as the caseload is really high, the daily caseload is really high, it is on an expected, it is as per the projections. Now, the highest case that we saw was around 50,000 new cases per day at the peak of the second wave, that was around May. Now, we are seeing similar number of cases coming in from Karnataka every day, but this is along the projected lines. And also the daily increase from yesterday to today is also not that alarming. It's not an exponential rise as yet. Also, the peak is expected to be for Bangalore by the end of January or sometime in the beginning of February, and then it will slowly move to the other districts. While this projection has come after looking at the way the cases have peaked in and gone down in Delhi and Mumbai and other cities in the country, and the experts have looked at that and said that Bengaluru, it is expected that the city's cases will peak by the end of this month, around January 25. So then while the numbers look huge, it is along expected lines. Positivity rate has also hovered around 20% for the last few days, 18 to 20% around. So which is why hospitalizations are also less compared to the second wave, which is why the government at this point of time is thinking that, in fact, the Chief Minister also said, while the hospitalizations are less, we could possibly look at some sort of a change, but that will depend on what the Technical Advisory Committee will have to say. They will submit a report today, and in the meeting today, they will decide how much, what kind of restrictions can the government afford to give at this point of time.
Right, Revati, thank you so much for joining me with all those details.